everybody. I hope you can hear me through this. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for coming out to ToonCon. And the single greatest panel of the day is regular show. Am I right? We want to thank you all for coming out and seeing everybody and coming to this panel because it's going to be spectacular. Why don't you guys come on up, fill a chair, grab a microphone.
Am I on? Oh, jeez.
That one's loud. That one's very loud. Do we have enough chairs?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go from Will all the way down and then introduce yourselves and tell everybody what your characters were on regular show.
I'm William Salyers, but you can call me Bill. I was Rigby, and of course, I'm probably most known for Creepy Doll. I'm gonna draw on your face.
Hi, I'm Sam Marin, and I was Pops, Benson, and Busman.
Hi, I'm Janie Haddad Tompkins, and I am the character of Margaret.
Hello, I am Minty Lewis, also known as Eileen.
That's not all
What else do I
you
do?
do. You did other stuff for the show, too.
She's a writer on the show.
Oh, yes. And I was a storyboard.
And a star.
Multi-talented people up here. Hold on, am I on? 1, 2, 3. Can
Yes.
you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm HILLIS, and I am one of the lucky people in the world that gets to play a whole bunch of different characters on this show and support these guys. And I play Pam, so I had to have a nice love story with Sam over there. I also play Rigby's mom, and I love my Rig Bear.
Mom, you're embarrassing me.
Well, I think one of the biggest things to talk about is how much regular show has affected popular culture. Like, it had a tremendous effect on so many people from what was just a random show on Cartoon Network. And it turned out to be one of the best and most popular shows on Cartoon Network.
I think a lot of that is the nostalgia that the show kind of celebrated from the like 80s, early 90s, that kind of like, you know, the big cell phones and all that kind of stuff. I think people really get a kick out of that. Yeah, what do you guys?
Yeah, I think that's just a good story with two friends and, like, you know, kids goofing off, and it just has that like feel of, I don't know, being in school and playing around with friends. I think that's what maybe caught on for a lot of people.
There's that magical time when you're out of high school but not through college, when you just do all these kind of crazy adventures, and that was basically regular show.
Yeah.
You know, they're not adults yet, but they're supposed to take up adult responsibilities, but pizza keeps getting in the way.
Yeah. It's like most of the privileges with hardly any of the responsibilities of being an adult. Yeah.
It's the golden time.
For real.
Of groups, yeah, absolutely. What do you guys want to say about regular show? I just had to jump in there.
I hope we get to make it forever.
Yeah, you know, I always tell the young people that want to come up and do what we do that you're going to do some great things, but if you're really lucky, you're going to do something that has a legitimate fandom that kind of speaks to people. And you know, when you're working on it, you don't know whether or not that's going to happen. You don't have a sense. And for me, I think the first time I realized how big the show was getting was when we went to San Diego Comic-Con, and there were giant Macy's Day Parade balloons of Mordecai and Rigby, and that was mind-numbing.
Yeah, that's insane. I didn't see those. Did you get to keep one?
No, I don't think I'd have room for it. I need a bigger house.
I wonder where it happened to that stuff. It's probably in storage somewhere.
I bet. Yeah. So someone like yoinked it, you know.
Make it into curtains, perhaps?
Oh yeah, I like that. Curtains.
I always, one of the other things I was always surrounded by with watching regular shows, no matter how the episode started, you had no idea how it was going to end. It was really like the entire episode was made by a choose your own adventure book. And they're like, we're gonna go out for pizza and rolled a 20, now we're in outer space.
Yeah. Yeah. So how did that happen, Minty?
Well, I'll tell you that one of the ways that we would come up with episodes in the writer's room was playing this game. Didn't really have a name, but everyone would take a few minutes to write a few titles, and it would just be whatever popped into their heads. And then we would draw them out of a hat and take 2 minutes to come up with ideas, just totally randomly. And then just see what stuck. So it was kind of just
It was choose your own
grasping at
adventure
everything.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And that, I think, led it to be so well loved, is the fact that you never knew what was going to happen. And that's part of the joy of watching the show. Is it going to be a serious episode? Is it going to be a crazy episode? Are we going to have some star god David Bowie in it? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the really nice things about working on it for me, was that every time I read a new episode, I would laugh out loud at least once, and I would have no idea where it was going.
Yeah, I think that's one of the many reasons that it became so memorable in pop culture, and the fact that everyone here will never not know regular shows.
And to what Bill just said, the amount of laughter that goes on in the voiceover sessions is insane. It's one of my favorite jobs to work on, because again, I play smaller sort of tertiary roles, and I tend to jump in and jump out. And whenever I get the call that I get to go record a regular show, I was so excited because I knew that I was going to laugh my face off. I mean, there are pit farts. We just had, it was just such a fun room of people that truly are friends and hang out together. And I think it was the origination of the show, Friends, together, sort of.
You mean JG?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people that worked on the show attended Cal Arts with JG, and definitely became friends. But those lines are kind of blurry. I mean, we work together, we hang out together, yeah.
That's true. We are kind of all in the same group. Like, I think a lot of the show is based on stuff from Cal Arts. Like, our friend Bert was kind of like Rigby, and then I was kind of Benson, and then I actually voiced Benson, but Benson's based on me. It's true.
People love Benson. As much as he seems to be portrayed as this overlord jerk on show, we do love Benson.
You know, what about go ahead, yeah, no, give it up for Benson. I heard a fan at a show recently said my favorite thing about Benson. He said, growing up is realizing that Benson was right.
That's right! I am right!
Vindication!
There's an upsetting point when that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And you get to do multiple very different characters on the show. I mean,
True, they are pretty all like polar opposites of one another.
So if you're actually Benson, how do you pull Muscle Man out of that?
I have no clue where Muscle Man comes from. Pops I can understand. Pops is probably the more positive side of me, and then Benson is the grouchier side of me. So that I could see both of them. But Muscle Man, I really have I don't know where Muscle Man comes from.
This is one thing that's insane that doesn't happen all the time. I will say maybe rarely. My other friends up here can. Sam does his characters talking to each other. He doesn't just record, Muscle Man. I can't do Muscle Man. You do Muscle Man.
I don't know, it's pretty good at me.
And Muscle Man will sometimes talk to Benson.
Hey, Muscle Man, I'm gonna have to ask you to do some work today.
Benson, it's Sunday. What are you talking about? Oh, I agree. Let's all go on a picnic.
This man will do runs of talking to himself in all of his different characters, and it blows my mind. It's incredible.
Sam, thank you so much for making everybody's paid admission worthwhile.
Exactly.
That was fantastic, and the hair on my arms will not go down. That is so amazing to see live and flawless execution.
Oh, thank you.
The rest of us will now feel less worthwhile for the rest of our lives. Not being able to do that. With so many different things, several of you work on the show and portray voices. Can you go over what your work on the show is, and contrary to your voices?
I think it's just me. So I started off as a storyboard artist and a writer, and the way that I got into doing voices was we would have to go through and pitch the storyboards, doing every character's voice. And I got to do this new character, Eileen, as part of my pitch for Do Me a Solid. And one of the, Mike Roth, who eventually left the show, but he was one of the executive producers, he laughed so hard at my Eileen that he farted in the room. And that's how I got the job.
Okay, so aspiring voice actors out there, write that down.
Just be so good that they fart.
If you can make them fart in the audition, you got it. It's solid. Like, I'm sorry, I should get that role. I made you fart. Done. That's how you get work in the business. Now you know.
I shouldn't have named his name. I'm sorry. Forget I said Mike Roth.
And then your character on regular show. What would you like people to know about her? She is a liked character. People like her.
She's likable.
She has a tail.
She has a tail. I mean, one of the things that people should know about her is that she's a mole. A lot of people think she's a beaver because her tail looks like a beaver tail more than a mole tail.
I thought she was a platypus.
A lot of people think a lot of different things, and I don't know what to tell you. I didn't design her.
I'm not comfortable with all these people looking at your tail.
I'm surprised that we were all wrong about that tail. We didn't know what it was.
Well, I did a con in New Zealand, and these very polite young Kiwi kids would come up and they'd say, to a person, they would say, "I love your squirrel," and I'd be like, "Thanks, it's a raccoon." And like that happened over and over again. And at the end of the day, I said to the promoter, I was like, I guess they do raccoons look different here or something? He said, "No, we don't have raccoons." So nobody knew what that was supposed to be.
They don't live in LA, we have raccoons.
Boy, howdy.
And we never refer to the actual animals or creatures
That's right.
that anybody is in the show. So
Because
it
it's
makes
just
it hard for
normal
people
that
to know.
everyone's some
Yeah.
kind of weird creature or pops with that giant head.
Yeah, we would. I remember that we'd be coming up with like ideas for promos or whatever, or alt lines or something, and I would say something that referred to my tail or fur or something, and JJ would be like, "No, we don't do that," which I thought was really cool.
That's. What was the strangest character on the show?
Are you
It's a
kidding?
long list.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to make a
You
decision.
just blew our minds.
What was the strangest character on the show? You each can only get one answer. You can't say, "Well, I like one answer." Who was to you the strangest character on the show? And it can't be yourself.
I think as a gestalt, like considering everything that the character was and did, Thomas has got to be one of the weirder characters on the show. So I'm gonna go with Thomas, the intern / goat / Russian spy. There's so many. Oh, me.
Father Time just comes to mind.
Oh,
I don't know, it's
yeah.
an odd character. Yeah. That's just the one that pops into my head.
Good answer.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Thomas, and now we have Father Time. There will be a quiz.
I mean, I was gonna say Pops just because it's weird.
He's just a normal old man with a giant head. Like, how's that not been
Is it
seen
gi-
before?
Giant head, I don't know. So,
It's there!
and he's not allowed to say it, so I'm saying
He's not allowed to say it. So okay,
Do you need to do the rundown?
no, I think we can remember 5 things.
Okay. I would say, I don't remember his name, but the coffee bean that sprays.
That's also a good answer.
Damn it! Everyone loved that. You have to say it one more time when everyone's like yelling.
The coffee bean that sprayed coffee from his nipples.
Again, I see no difference between him and Pops. That's just, those 2 pictures are the same.
same.
Okay, Coffee Bean,
Oh my
Pops,
God, no, that
Father
was
Time,
incredible. They know
Thomas,
Oh.
and Allie, it's now up to you. What is the 5th decision of the strangest character on regular show?
I don't know if it's a strange character. I was just very, very wowed by the character because the fact that they found a match for Muscle Man, I was like, what? Starla. I love Starla. She's the best kind of weird. I love her. Yeah. And then they created a match. It's like, how do we come up with so many?
Yeah, I didn't know there was another one of that species.
Yeah, I just assumed there's a whole bunch. Okay, everybody. We have 5 choices. I'm going to go down, and then I want you guys to yell and scream who you think is the strangest character in Adventure Time, in regular show. I almost said the bad word. I'm so sorry.
In that case, I want to take my answer back.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm a little nervous here. It's a strange thing.
No, you're doing good.
Okay, Will wants
Thomas.
Thomas, which is a goat guy. Any votes for goat guy? Thomas?
You guys suck!
Okay, Thomas is not winning this competition.
No, he's done.
Okay, Sam has Father Time.
Wow! It's a tough
Great
crowd.
reaction.
Tough crowd.
I seriously thought this was going to go a little bit differently.
Yeah.
I thought we'd have competing votes.
not
Pops.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. And your coffee nipple spontaneous. I don't think Scarlett even gets a vote here, but anybody for Scarlett? Oh, that's a good 2. Okay, so the coffee bean squirting coffee from his nipples is the craziest creature in regular show. The strangest.
There was this great thing that I always loved whenever Courtney came in to do Starla with Sam, they would, you know, the kiss when Starla and Sam, or Starla and Muscle Man kiss, and it's very like repulsive.
So gross.
Yeah, there's nothing like watching a man and a woman do that to each other from across the room.
And they do it separately.
Yeah.
They can't do it at the same time because we're all in a room together and the mics will bleed into each other's mics. So we go in a circle and we say our lines around or across, you know. So it's funny because, you know, the director will say, okay, you know, who wants to kiss first? And, you know, or however it happens. And then so Sam will do it and then Courtney, who plays Starla, will do it. And so we get to listen to these long, spitty, grunty kisses.
I'm not gonna lie, it may have hurt my marriage.
What did you say?
I went, oh.
Go.
No, it's not worth it. Okay. I was just saying how I learned a lot from the other voice actors and their strategies and techniques and approaches to what we're required to do on the show by watching how they approach things. Like, sometimes I'll feel shy about something, and then I watch everyone else go around and do something, and it really gives me a lot of confidence, because I'm like, oh, we're all just trying to figure this out as we go and tell this story together as a team, and yeah, so I think it's fun that we get to be in the room together.
You're right. I think what you're saying
That's a good
is like
point.
it's such a safe space.
Yeah.
It's such a creative, safe space, and it's been so cool to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working on your kissing scenes.
Yes.
Talk about Eileen.
Okay.
Come on, Eileen.
What do you want me to say about that?
Getting serious.
Anything I want?
Give us something.
Well, her last name is Roberts,
Oh.
and she's a Virgo. And I've identified with Eileen quite a bit, but I'm not a Virgo, so that's really an area where we diverge. But
What are you?
I'm a Sagittarius, a proud Sagittarian.
Okay.
Dang, Sagittarius is in there.
Sagittarius.
Okay, all right. Let's see. We know she's a mole.
We did it. But we know.
She likes turtles. She went to community college. I mean, she's somebody who's very passionate about everything that she does, and sometimes that gets her into trouble.
All right. Allie, tell us some of you did multiple characters.
Yeah.
Tell us something about your favorite character and moment on the show.
Oh gosh.
I know I hate doing that, but you've done multiples. Does that
You
mean
know,
now have to
sometimes you
pick
get to
something?
sing. That's fun.
Yeah.
I've done a few roles where I got to sing, and that's always really fun when they brought a lot of music into the show over time. So, and by the way, we don't know garbage before
I'll
we
say
get
I
there.
don't love to sing on the show.
Oh. But when you do, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. We don't know what we're gonna do. These guys do, the ones that write and participate in the creating of the show, but especially those of us who aren't there every week. We weren't there, so we didn't know what was coming up next. We just basically show up in the booth, and they would say, okay, you're gonna play this character, and you're gonna be that crowd person, and you just go. So, you know, I don't know if you guys in your jobs ever get to work and you literally have absolutely no idea what you're going to do at all, right? Is anybody out there? Oh, yeah, a few people. Okay, so that's us. So I always really enjoyed the roles I played where I got to sing, because it was always in some weird voice, and it wasn't necessarily good singing. It was oftentimes supposed to sound terrible, and that was also fun. I had fun being Rigby's mom because I had to find who would sound Rig Bear. So I had to figure out a warmth and a toughness that also could sound like the parent of this voice here.
She's in a tough marriage too.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, we all do.
All right, there's so many questions about the show. I'm trying to narrow things down here. Will, tell us one of your favorite moments of the show.
Gosh.
Because I mean, at the core of it, it's a buddy comedy.
That's right, and probably those times when either something really bad would happen between Mordecai and Rigby, or where they would come together and save the day. Those were some of my favorite moments. But have you guys seen the movie, the regular show movie? Yeah. So something that always stands out to me is when Rigby stole Mordecai's acceptance letter for college out of his mailbox, and I just thought that was a brilliant plot point and brilliant writing, because he's doing that out of love, and it's also one of the worst things you could do to a person, right? Is literally sabotage their future, but he's doing it because he wants Mordecai there with him, So that always stands out to me as something from the show that was profound,
Yeah, great. You're next. Sorry, I'm getting the minute.
I just like when Muscle Man is about to get married, and he just says that his life is ending and everyone thinks he's gonna die. And then they find out that he's engaged and everything that ensues from that.
I don't think he's far wrong on that one.
Now I'm looking for a ring. I'm trying to see. Okay, all right.
I don't remember the question, but I guess it was like our favorite.
What was an important moment from the
Important.
show for you?
Well, it's funny today because I've been talking to some of the fans so the character Margaret, some people feel like Margaret, you know, maybe things could have turned out differently.
I was Team Margaret, absolutely.
Yeah, and so I don't like to speak too much to it because obviously, you know, it is, people have their own impressions and projections they put on the show, but yeah, I don't know, maybe if Margaret and Mordecai could have gotten together, I don't know, that would have been cool. Just but of course I'm Margaret, so I have to, I'm Team Margaret.
If you were Team CJ,
Margaret.
that would have been really weird.
I'm Team Margaret. Yeah.
Okay, well, I have some things to say about this. First, I'll say I saw the image of Muscle Man crying in the shower. It's just a classic moment and really encapsulates a lot for me personally. But I think overall the moments that have stayed with me are the more emotional, character-driven moments because, as you were saying, there's so many crazy things that happen, and all that's very fun, but I think what has made the show last so long and gotten the show so many fans is the relationships within the show and how everybody identifies with those characters and those relationships. So, that's my answer.
Yeah, I think that's very important because out of everything there, someone always is like, that's me. Or part of that is me. That's the character. I believe I would make those decisions, very poor decisions, in that moment. And it does absolutely hit those strings with people when they watch the show. Playing video games with my bud over pizza and doing the controller trick and unplugging it. We've done that. it's hated, but it's an active. Hey, if you didn't see me pull the control cord, you are at fault. You should have known I would have pulled that when you weren't looking. And
Perfectly legitimate tactic.
it absolutely is. It absolutely is. Like eating the last sandwich on the plate.
Yeah.
If you left it there, you didn't deserve to eat it. And that's how I came from a fierce household.
I say it's a large family.
I'm the small one.
Literally large family.
Yes. Literally, yes. There's so many episodes of regular show, and the environment that it exists in, which then became not just a park, but then it became a world, and then it became outer space, and it just kept going further and further into imagination because apparently they had no idea what to do with episodes. And went wild with things, and then it would suddenly be an episode just about pizza.
Right.
And bring it back grounded from being in outer space, or going through time, or dealing with the console wars and that effect beta tapes still have onto us today.
Oh.
But I totally don't have a beta tape collection. We'll talk about that. I just love it so much, and it has such an effect on everybody. And it's one of the great things about having this convention is to bring people like you guys under one roof so we get to hear these stories. And thank you very much. I think everyone here is happy to be for having them out at the show today. Did everybody go up and see them at their booths?
Yeah.
What about you? Did you see them? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I think you did.
I did.
Yeah. Now that's a great thing. How do you feel about seeing crazy plush characters of your people out there?
One of my biggest regrets is that after the show had been on for a little while, I walked into a Toys R Us, which I don't think exists anymore.
It doesn't. In Canada and Japan, they do.
Okay, good to know.
Iceland, there we go.
I walked into a toy store and there was a little Rigby plushie, smaller than that one, but it had a pull string, and if you pulled the thing, it talked, and it was my voice, of course, and I did not buy that. Yeah, and now I don't even know if, you know, they probably don't exist anymore, but yeah, you don't, you know, it's, the first time somebody asked me to sign a body part because they're gonna get my signature tattoo, I was like, I was so torn because I was like, this is the most awesome thing ever. Now, how do I talk him out of this? It's such a bad idea. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty trippy. How about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited because, you know, we have a reboot of the show coming out in 2026. It's called Regular Show Lost Tapes, and it's the Lost Tapes. Can't talk too much about it yet, just that it's coming out in 2026 because we don't even know the premiere date. So we're waiting to hear, but I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping, is that the character of Margaret and Eileen will finally get a Funko Pop.
Oh yeah!
Because we didn't get one. And I'm a little jealous.
Rigby's mom as well.
I mean, Rigby's mom obviously needs a Funko Pop.
And a Thelma and Louise episode as well?
I would think that would be a cool episode, yeah.
Yeah, put that in the hat.
Look, they're all like, it's endless. The possibilities are endless.
That's awesome. We have a little bit of time left. I can only do a couple questions. Anybody have questions? I was afraid for a much greater question. Okay, literally just come right up here. Right there, a little bit more. I should have put a mark on there. That's okay.
That's okay.
All right, what is your question?
Hey guys.
You're going to have to speak up and then I'm going to re-say the question through the microphone.
Okay,
It's okay, take your time. He's wearing a regular show shirt.
Yeah, he is.
So
I love it.
he's definitely a fan.
yeah.
How awesome they are. What does cartoon pizza taste like?
And if you want, you can totally like wait till you thought of it, and then we'll get you later. If you want to like wait and let someone else go, that's okay too.
Sorry.
You with the Rigby plush.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So let's say thank you because out of all shows on the Cartoon Network, I've been watching it since when it first episode was I was 8 years old.
Oh wow.
And that was out of every show my dad back there, that's the only show he watched with me. He thought it was hilarious.
It is hilarious.
So
For the
we
record.
watch that. Even adults, they're like, it's hilarious. So I was wondering, so I guess it's a writer's room question. So with the coffee bean, who came up with it? Whose idea was it? And how did it get past censors? Did Cartoon ever say anything about it?
I'll say I wasn't in the writer's room for the coffee bean, but I think this was the rogue early days of Cartoon Network when they were not censoring things to the extent that they were later on. So like in the pilot, shoot, what was it? I think this S.
Yeah.
is what it said.
How in the H are we gonna fix this
Oh,
S?
yeah. And then that was changed, I forget what to, but you won't be hearing that anymore. So I think they just were kind of like, people aren't paying attention and we can do whatever we want. And then people started paying attention and then we couldn't do whatever we wanted anymore.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was told too. I think it was JT who said that like early on when we didn't have as many eyes on us, we could pretty much do what we wanted, and then we couldn't.
The price of fame is a two-edged sword.
I just wanted to speak to the fact that you watch with your dad. I hear from a lot of regular show fans that they watch with their parents, and I think it's really cool that it's an intergenerational show that brings people together in that way. So thank you for enjoying it in those ways.
Have you got your question?
Yeah. How did you guys feel about Mark Hamill being on the show?
Oh, yeah.
Well, initially stunned. My meeting Mark story is that I was sick the day that I met him. Actually, I was getting over something, and I had hot tea. And you never want to make your health an issue for other voice actors because they will hate you for that. But I was drinking this hot tea, and I came into the booth, And I said, hey, I'm Mark, hey, I'm Bill, you know. I'm really impressing myself because I'm being so cool, you know. And Mark was reading something. Mark's a huge reader, so whenever he wasn't actually recording, he's reading. And I was looking at my script, and I went to take a sip of my tea, and the lid was loose, and it just cascaded down my shirt. And I thought, I looked over at Mark immediately. I was like, that's embarrassing. And I look over, and he's still in his book, you know. And I was like, nice, I got away with that. And about that time, Mark goes, yeah, I got a mug that does that.
I can see it. He gave me my first bit of voice acting advice, which was always wear layers of clothing. Because you never know if it will be cold in the booth or if it will be warm in the booth.
Have you followed that advice ever since?
Honestly, no, I've heard.
Well, personally, I was pretty. So when I first met Mark on the show, I mean, he's a character.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was kind of like, I don't know how to act around him or whatever. And he's very professional and opinionated. And I think Mark is cool. So I feel honored that I got to be on something with him. That's how I feel about it.
I also feel honored that I got to be on something with him. My first interaction with him was, I was going into a record and you had to press the buzzer and say your name. And he was in front of me and his back was to me. And some man pressed the buzzer and said, it's Mark Hamill. And I was like, excuse me? It was Mark Hamill. And he was very down to earth and nice to be around.
Lucky you didn't turn around and say liar. I got to work with him too. I was so excited when I showed up one day and I was like, that's Mark Hamill.
Or Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, or Luke Skywalker.
I mean, because you're thinking it the whole time. I'm sorry, but you are.
Yeah.
It's like we were very good on the whole about not harassing him about Star Wars or anything like that. But occasionally he would just start talking about it, and everything would come to a halt. Like we wouldn't do another take. We just wait and let Mark talk because that stuff was gold.
I feel a little bad without mentioning I did a TV show with Mark Hamill. We got to talk about Godzillas for an hour.
He's a legit nerd.
No, we actually got forcefully broken up by production.
You got separated?
We would not stop talking. They're like, okay guys, we're done. We're good. Okay, Mark, we're gonna have to get you out. And they had to drag him out because we would not stop talking about Godzillas. So yeah, don't talk Star Wars to him. Talk Godzillas.
Yeah.
There we go.
And that was cool behind the scenes though, when we were working with him, he was in process of
That.
coming back as Luke Skywalker. So we kind of watched him evolve and change, like facial hair and all these things. It was so cool. We got to see him like become Luke Skywalker again. It was magical. And he's just the nicest, most down-to-earth guy.
For real.
Great guy. Awesome. Thank you.
You're fired! You're fired! You don't fire me, I fire you!
That was supposed to be the finale of the show where he fires the crowd. You jumped the gun a little bit.
Stole your thunder.
Yes. What's your question?
So I have a few things to say. First, I want to say is that what makes a good show is good writers and really cool characters. And you guys did that very well. So congratulations, thank you for having those characters in there. Second, I want to bring up the fact that this show has a lot of adult humor. I'm sure you know, right? Kind of like animators kind of things like that. So how do you get with the whole way with like the "you piss me off" for the whole thing? Where like it's like 3 = 8, all that kind of small. How do you guys get away with that kind of small? And last I want to say is that Wrigley was lacking because Eileen is the bomb, So he should have like talked to her the minute she saw it.
Agreed.
But about the adult humor, how do you guys go with that whole adult humor?
I mean,
That's really a writer's question.
That was kind of the answer we had earlier with the coffee bean, is that
Yeah, I'll say also that I think that the the jokes and the humor overall have just been whatever made us laugh in the room. I don't think we've been trying to target kids or adults or making any specific choices, except that whatever we think is funny, we try to move forward, and hopefully it gets through the censors, but not always.
I think the creativity to get around, that's part of the style of the show. If you didn't have that, it wouldn't be as good.
It was amazing to watch, to be in the room and like, they'd be like, oh, Standards of Practice has a problem with this line, we can't do this line. And to watch them come up with something that both technically solved the problem and was so much fouler than whatever Standards of Practices objected to, you know.
I have a piggyback question for Minty, or for anyone who was in the creative room. Did you have more laughs in that room, or in the voice room, or just in the booth, or both?
I think the laughs are happening everywhere.
I mean, honestly, one of the most fun
over
shows
lunch
to work
as
on.
well. I mean, it's just a very good-natured crew of people that enjoy a good time.
All right, we have to make our last couple questions quick. I'm cutting it off at the bright shirt. You guys just, I'm so sorry, guy. We just have only a couple minutes and then we have another panel. You, come up, let's go. And he's wearing a Muscle Man shirt. This convention is fully represented. They came to the show ready to play.
For real.
Yes. What's your question, buddy?
First off, I want to say you all did a great job working the regular show, and I always have a great laugh. The question is for him, Sam and Moss. Of all the My Mom jokes, what were your favorites, and which one was the best joke ever in the show?
Oh, I thought that was the best joke in the show.
There's so many, I can't remember them all. Favorite My Mom. Was it, you know who else plays a mean bass? Is that one? I did that
Can I do one thing?
Sure, you gotta
Mind
make
if
quick.
I do a My Mom impression? Do you know who else likes to come to ToonCon? Mom.
My mom.
Here we go. All right, come on.
Fantastic.
We gotta make it quick. They turn into pumpkins at 3 exactly.
Hi, my name's Paul. And
He's also wearing a regular show shirt.
Yes, he is.
Mordecai and the Rigby.
This is a toughie, I'm not gonna lie. Last question was pretty good, but I will try to make this, just
Quick.
for myself. Quick. Can you do, for Sam, the Muscle Man screamery?
I don't have to pay you extra for that. All right, buddy, you're the last question.
Hello, hello. So, a lot of fans agree that the hardest part to watch in the show was when Mordecai interrupted Muscle Man's wedding. I was wondering, for Sam or anyone else, what you guys think of that when you interrupted the weddings?
I think it's a generally crappy thing to do.
Yeah.
I would have to agree. Yeah, that's pretty hard.
Was he justified?
I don't think so.
No.
It's pretty out of line, I would say. Not really in line for that.
Not justified.
Yeah.
Timing, you know.
Frowned upon. It's frowned upon.
I get it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's kind of an a-hole for that, I guess.
Yeah.
You agree, you agree.
Thank you.
All right, we are at the end of this panel. I want to thank everybody for coming out, and of course, our incredible guests, which you can find them back in the vendor hall after this panel. Do you guys want to give out any shout outs to how people can find you on social media or not find you on social media?
Yeah, I think I'm W. Salyers on just about anything. If I'm not, I'm WL Salyers.
I'm just Sam MARIN Drawings on Instagram.
I have an Instagram that's public. It's at Lebanese Looker.
I don't have anything for you, I'm sorry.
I'm kind of jealous of that. I'm at Miss Allie Hillis. I'm most active on Instagram. At Miss Allie Hillis.
Awesome. And then
Come to my house at 122.
Wow. I guess my public Instagram is not enough.
Minty was never seen again.
That was a new mistake, Minty.
If you have a question that you didn't get in, we're at our tables doing signings and selfies until 5 o'clock.
Sam, can you fire this audience?
Please don't.
You guys have all been slacking off all day. You're all